Hi there. Welcome to a new Plugin Guru Quickie video. My name is John Lemcool. Some people call me Skippy, especially in Japan, where I work for Corgan. That's my nickname. Anyway, I am really excited to show you something new today for Quickie 21 years old. Really quickly, before we get into all this mayhem, I have a website called pluginguru.com. If you like what I'm doing, I'd appreciate it if you showed your appreciation by buying one of my libraries. I make libraries for Massive, FM8, Razor, Slinth 1, and other stuff, Stylus RMX. So please check out my doings. There's a new library on the way for Omnisphere, which is going to be really, really cool. And I'm thinking about what to do after that. So on my Facebook page, I'm actually going to ask that question shortly. By the way, there's a sale going on right now at Plugin Guru, but you'll only know about it if you join my Facebook page. So go to Facebook and look for Plugin Guru, and I'm there. And join the page, and you will see the promo code that will save you 15% right now on anything you buy. And if you missed that, make sure you join my Facebook page because I put up sales all the time. So Nerve is right here, xferrecords.com. They have a demo version that you can download. I think right here's the demos. And download it. Even if you don't buy this, it comes with a whole bunch of really great drums that are in wave format you can use right away in whatever sequence player you have. Xfer Records is a partnership between Steve Duda and Joel Zimmerman, who's Deadmau5, and I don't know who else. Nerve was actually designed between Steve and Joel. The interface was designed actually by Deadmau5. So this interface is designed to work. When you load it up, especially on a 13-inch MacBook Pro or something, or 13-inch even probably on the PC, you might not see everything. Logic has a little minimize up here. He also has a really cool thing right here in menu options. Horizontal GUI for small monitors. So now it's a small size where it's been cut in half and now it's on the right instead of underneath it. I'm used to working with it this way, so I'm going to put it back. I'm just used to seeing the parameters below it and the sequencing grid up here. So what is this? Let me show you. It's got basically presets. It has drum kits and presets. Think of this like Stylus RMX, but more flexible. It has a groove template area where you can load up groove templates, scores, where it can remember all the changes between one part to another as you start building stuff. I'll show you here how quickly that is to work with. There's drum kit patterns, which is basically MIDI files that you can load over the top of any kit. So you could load a kit and then replace it, pad patterns, and then drum kits. I'm also going to talk to you about a library from a guy named Cowie. It's an inexpensive library that is designed both for Nerve and for Kontakt, and it's right here. It's under Loopmasters. They sell it. It's $19.95 in pounds, so it's about under $40, and it is killer. Highly recommended. If you need dubstep, another library I wanted to point out was Balinski, the Dark Dub and Glitch Step. Awesome. Listen to the demo. This is on the Sounds to Sample website. Under, you can just search for Balinski, right, or Balkanski, right here in the search the site, and it will take you there. Awesome. And I'm also going to talk to you about Beatropolis in a minute, because one of the cool things with Nerve, it can load not only WAV files, but it can also load Rex files and do some very cool things with Rex files. So we'll look at that in a minute. So what it sounds like when you hit, normally it won't play on its own until you hit play in your sequencer, and then forward. Close that. I'm just going to go over here. Presets is where it saves everything. So that what kits, it doesn't save samples in there, but it points to the samples that it's using. So I'm just going to go through some patches real quick. This all sorts of stuff for the dance genres. There's a lot of glitchy stuff. This one we're playing with. Here's a tech house. Okay, so here's a good place. The way this works is basically you're seeing right now one part. And if you click here, you see all 16 parts that are equating down to these pads. There's 16 pads, which can be 16 different sounds. And as you click each one, you'll see whether it's used or not. This isn't used. None of these are used. If I want the hi-hat to be used, I just have to go over here and click and drag. It has currently an 8 measure chain. Let's set it to just 1, or actually let's turn it off. So wherever I click, it just stays. Here's your volumes. You can play pan, cut off, which has to be turned on. Now this kick is too big, so let's go down here to the envelope tools. We could use just the gate here to shorten the gate that's there. But I want the gate to be more natural in shape, so let's go like this. Get this curve to be a little bit more natural. Then bring up the gate till we want. We got curvature stuff, so you can. That's better. And with the snare. Now, instead of clicking and dragging, we're going to do something different. This has a record button. Record. If you go to velocity, you'll see it's there. Okay? So real-time entry or the step time grid work for entering data. I could go to part 2 here. And let's have this be totally different. Busy snare part, right? Now, I was playing this live earlier. They have it set up from a MIDI keyboard so that the bottom octave is actually doing, down here, he's got actually some chopping tools. Let's go to 1. When I play notes on the keyboard, actually if I go to octave lower, now it's a half. Then there's dotted and triplet, so you can triplet. Up above that, the octave above is changing patterns. So let's go to part 3. Is there anything happening here? Okay, just basic. Let's have a little bit different. Let's have the hi-hats. Let's go here to the cutoff. Bring it up a little bit. So I got 1, 2, 3. I'm building the blocks for this song, and then all I have to do is play MIDI notes to change from one groove to another groove to another groove by just playing a note. It's massive power in a very short period of time. On top of all this stuff, let's just go to the kick drum. He's got, again, it's designed for people to just take off on it and not get into the fuzzy stuff. You can hold down Option and click, and it's soloed. So on top of everything else that it does here and the waveform for the envelope, there's a whole lot of other tools down here. Pre-calc, This is a whole bunch of sliders that are pre-calculating, meaning it can change the samples in real time before it plays them to either change pitch, stretch, bend, ring mod, bit resolution, sample rate conversion. There's waveforms to add, sawtooths, sine waves to make things deeper, fuzz, so you could go to fuzz. Little saw. Just a little bit of square. So if you want to be more of that type of a sound, option click off. And again, you have the gate right here to control. What this does is shrink or expand the whole shape of the gate. So you have all these tools to change the sound. There's EQ, there's reverb, there's an LFO as well. So with that stuff, you can go over here and go to the pitch. This is kind of like LFO tool, but built in. And it's got the rate. Different shapes. So you want to put that in. The next octave above the octaves for changing the patterns is all the samples. So I can find that. Hit record and play from my keyboard. Watch this. It's in. So you have real-time control from keyboards, changing patterns, editing patterns, tools to completely mangle the sounds in all sorts of cool ways, all within this one plugin that works within whatever sequencer you want. So the world of programming drums and stuff has just been simplified. And on top of that, the feel of this, I've been doing a lot of tests and stuff comparing, quantizing something in Logic and then having this do its thing. And the feel and the timing and the tightness, this thing makes the sound you hear in the dance records. So if you're looking for something that's legit sounding, a lot of people that I hear their demo songs and stuff, their programming of their drums is where they fall down. And this will get you not falling down. So it's not cheap, but what you get. Now I'm going to show you some stuff real quickly from the Cowie library. So that's one of them. Here's another Cowie. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so he's got these big. If you option click these, that's soloing. If you command click, it mutes them. So what I find a lot of times with some of these patterns is I don't need that bass part because I'm going to go over here and I'm going to add something. So command clicking will mute them. So you can go through these guys and find out. Get rid of those. Now, if you don't like the snare, actually, it's a really good snare. But if you want it, you can hit the load button. And since I'd selected that pattern, now I have everything here. So I can go hits, go Cowie, snares. And here's all the snares that come inside this library for $40. And they're great. And once you hit play and load, now I can arrow through them. And if I go to the kick, load, kick, now let me show you a trick. Because I've selected a couple things, it now knows where those directories are. So I can do such things as hold down option and click here and randomize. Both. It's going through, it can either do it sequentially or it can go randomly. You could set all 16 of these up to be 16 different libraries of sounds. Then you go over here to the presets and you go to the kit patterns. Let's choose a new pattern. And then hold down Option and click here. And randomly change the drums. Like this hi-hat. If I select this, I need to tell it where it is because it's not knowing it. It's supposed to know off the top, but it doesn't. So if you go over here and you say, here's a hi-hat. Now when I option click here, there we go. It's Command Option. Yeah, that's cool. So there's tools here that are both free to like do things like this. Hold down Command Option and hit the load to the right or left, and it will randomly change things once it knows where they are. There's all these patterns, presets. It's an unbelievably cool tool. And you can take something like this. We got this, right? Okay, let's take chain down to 0, and here's 1. Let's go menu. Oh wait, under copy. Copy this page, all pads. So it copies everything that's going on here. Go to the second pattern and just say paste. And boom. So now I can play my keyboard, part 1. Go to part 3, which is blank, hit paste. For this one here, I want to have I want that snare to do a cool thing, so we go. Let's cut off to. Remember, we got to turn the filter on in order for the cutoff to work. And we want a tambourine. Oh, I was playing it. You can play it from the pads. So as you can see, in just seconds, I've built the basic groove, a B groove, and then a fill thing. And now I can play between them. Depends on when you play as to what it does. So there's one more thing I wanted to show you. I'm very excited about this. I don't know why, but it's really cool. So let's say menu, init, everything. Check this out. So here's Beatropolis. Beatropolis is a drum loop library I made, and everything is in recycled 2 format. And what's fun with it, let's first load up a Kevin Rankin Rock drum loop. Let's do drive straight. And let's just drag it over pad 1. And now it's loaded up. So we hit play. That's it. So I'm going to go over here and let's load something else into another pad. Power message. And let's add a synthy thing. So let's load one more thing. Let's load up a chop synth to part 3. Let's say Aetheron. And ping pong bass. Okay, so right off the bat, 1, 2, 3. Let's go to the mix page. Another thing that's cool with this is going to be a longer than a video than I expected, but oh well. If we go to the mixer page, let's make this bigger for the moment. Nerve is also available as a multi-output. Let's go multi-output, close it up, and then in Logic you just hit the plus button over and over again. And there, now there's all 8. One of the cool things with Nerve is I can assign each of these loops to a different output. So let's hide that output. So part 1, let's have that be 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now these guys are all coming out. It got louder. It's funny how that works. Okay. One thing that Nerve does as well that's really cool is output 15 and 16. It reserves as like an effect bus. So I'm going to go over here and say Space Designer. Let's load up just something really big and long, just for this quick example. Let's say big plate. And we want all reverb and no dry. So let's take, and let's first of all mute these guys. And as you can see, it shows you. Let's go to the effects end, and let's go to part 1 just for this. I want one snare hit to pop out. You can control how much it's sending out. Let's turn this on. Let's turn this guy on. And this one we're going to do something different too. Let's go to the pitch. Let's randomize it just. I think I hit random here. Gate time shorter. Pitch up here, so the whole global pitch up. Let's turn this on. Take that down an octave, should be bass. Then you might want to come over here and there we go. And let's go back to, now let's hold down Option and click, and it will solo just this guy. Let's go pre-calc. There, now ring mod. Add a sine wave, square, or saw, just to get it funny, and a sub. Sure, why not? There. So as you can see, you can quickly take stuff all over the place. The multiple outputs, the ability to send each individual hit to the effects send page. Like we could go to let's solo this. And we've got this selected. And if you hit it, he's got it set so that in the middle is 100%. And then above this, it starts taking away the actual dry signal. And it's just the effect. So there's so many places to take this. It's just awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Load like this and you've erased everything, it's gone. Oh, turn off solo. Where are we at? Oh, I'm on drum kits. That's what it is. Go back to presets. So download the demo, play with it, have fun. It might change how you work with drums, and then you can download some plugin guru patches for your synths to go along with this. All right, so see you next week with something new.